Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, this is G Forever.
Yes, and we're here to review the Hiya Toys Burning Godzilla and the Godzilla vs. Kong version 2, and we've got a few other surprises.
Definitely. So let's first look at the Hiya Toys Burning Godzilla Exquisite Basic Action Figure. Look at this awesome box art from Hiya Toys. I'm loving the artwork. It's very nice. And then we also have the social media and their information if you ever want to contact Hiya Toys.
Oh yeah, nice burning box.
Yes, really cool. Nice oranges and reds. And I love the images that they pick as well. So very cool. There's Godzilla King of the Monsters, the logo from the movie and
Yeah, well, I guess
2019
that
movie.
I hadn't thought about this before. There's no window to it, so you don't actually get to see inside
Yeah,
of
this
like what you're
one,
gonna get.
yeah, actually, I think all of them don't, right? They're all
Yeah, Hiya
solid
doesn't have
boxes.
windows, but
Yeah,
but I've always been happy with it. And then
yeah.
here it is nicely packaged, safe,
Yes,
keeping nice and safe inside, and I
lots
like
of
that the
plastic.
tail is already attached. I really like that.
Yes, yeah. So nice and easy. You just pop open the plastic covers and unwrap Godzilla from the plastic wrap, and he's ready to go. So
Yay.
again, when they're fresh out of the box, they are a little bit firm. So you know, just to soften them up, I do recommend using a hair dryer and just kind of slowly going around the joints to soften him up. But here he is straight out of the box. You can see he's looking a little bit stiff.
Oh yeah,
Colors
very
really
cool.
good.
Yeah,
It's
how would you describe the color paint?
it's glossy. Definitely glossy with a lot of stronger yellows. And there's a good mix of oranges and not so much red. It's mostly orange and yellow, and some browns and blacks thrown
Oh
in.
yeah, and then well yeah, what I noticed is like a lot of black on the surface, and then sort of like
Mm,
the oranges in the cracks. And I went
yes.
back and watched the scene in the movie, and that seems like more that seems pretty accurate to how he is in the movie. He actually looks very
Hmm.
dark in the movie,
Yeah.
like the Burning Godzilla, and it's just like around the cracks that you see the orange.
Yes.
So I think this is actually more in keeping with the movie.
Yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good representation. Again, I think the yellow might be a little much, but otherwise, it's a really good figure. I do like the colors; they really stand out. I think
So,
one thing I do wish it was translucent, but I do hear that Hiya Toys is going to make a translucent version. So
oh yeah, we'll see.
yeah.
Yeah, because I talked with yeah when I was at Toy Fair, I did talk. There was one person from Hiya there, and
Mm-hmm.
he I brought up it's like okay, why aren't the action figures like translucent? Well, I didn't. I said it much more nicely than that. It's like why aren't they translucent? I want them to be translucent. And he seemed to think that it's like that material just wouldn't work.
Mm,
So like their statues are translucent,
mm.
but I didn't think that it would work. Yeah, but no, but there's the NECA on the right. There's the
Yes,
NECA Burning Godzilla, and this is translucent.
correct.
So it's like
Yeah.
NECA was able to do it. That's why I thought that hopefully Hiya could do it as well. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what
But we can
happens.
see the color differences. The
Yeah,
neck
pretty
is definitely
dramatic.
much more red, where the yellow is primarily on the back fins. I like the neck just because of the color is really nice. It might not be so accurate, but I do like the red on the NECA version. The higher version, stronger oranges and yellows, and here we can see some of the light is kind of shining through the NECA.
And here on the left is the SH Monster Arts,
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. This one also
which is very
features,
orange.
yes, very orange and features a lot of yellows as well. This one works, I think because he's translucent orange, so the effect works pretty well. And there's a little bit of red on the legs, you can see.
Yeah, but sort of like I'm really liking the Hiya here.
Yeah, the
Like yeah,
size and the sculpt,
yeah, the size, the sculpture, and the paint. I
the
actually
paint.
kind of
Yeah.
like the fact that it's like it has like all the dark,
Oh, you do
like
like the
all the.
dark.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
like the dark on it.
Mm.
It's
I
like
personally like the more color, like especially if you look at the back fins, it's more of the oranges and yellows. And
yeah,
and it's like kind
but
of like yeah.
Yeah, I like the ruby. I do like the ruby of the NECA
The
too.
NECA.
And
Yeah.
then here's Ned Chang's photos. He does a great
Yes,
job of doing
he
these side by
does.
side photos. So I asked him if we could include them here.
Yep.
So like he does a great job of showing you like right there how they compare. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely they're all very distinct.
Yes, they are. And I think Hiya being the newer product definitely has the newer technology, so the sculpt is more accurate. So yeah, I think they're all pretty nice in their own aspects, so it doesn't hurt if you're able to get any of them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, what's nice is that it's not all that hard to get the Hiya toys now. Like I
Yeah,
said, they have permission to sell them like in the United
worldwide,
States
right?
and worldwide except Japan. And yeah, so there's lots of retailers like in the United States you can get them from. And again, they Diamond Distributors, which uh, is distributing them. So your local
Mm,
comic book store
may
can
have
also
them.
like order them. You might have to ask them. You could ask
Mm,
them to like when something comes up for pre-order, you can go to your local comic book store, and on the right is the highest statue,
yes, yep.
which is translucent.
Yes, that one is translucent. So we can see this one has more of that red color, which is kind of nice. And the statue, of course, is a statue, whereas the action figure you can do a lot more posing. And here I can try to reenact the pose on the statue.
Yeah, yeah. And there's there we go. And here we get to see the translucent goodness.
Yeah.
And now there's more. There's the Godzilla versus Kong version 2,
Mm-hmm.
high action figure. Because yeah,
Yes.
the first Godzilla they did was Godzilla versus Kong, and we all just loved it. You
It
know,
was
it's
a
like we
great figure. Yeah, it was
yeah, it
top
was
figure
my
of the year.
yeah, it was my choice for best figure of the year, and lots of other people's as well. But there was still like a few things we thought could be better. So now
Mm-hmm.
they've got yeah version 2, which is better.
Yep.
So like because the first version, as we'll see, it had that's the one that had like the little bolt on
Yeah,
the
that was a
on his
weird
jaw.
choice. That was a weird choice, but they went about it.
Yeah, and the
But
neck was
other, yeah,
and in some poses the neck would kind of like flare out.
yeah, which was okay for me because it's an articulated figure. But yeah, I think it was the thing that bothered me most was that ball joint on the jaw
Yeah, so they've got yes, they've got rid of the yeah, the
or
ball joint on
the pin,
yeah, the
like what
pin
the pin. Yeah.
on his jaw, and they've like got a new neck.
Yes,
But then the big question was, and which we'll see, okay, they also came out with a Godzilla 2019.
they
Like
did.
how? So how is this Godzilla 2021 version 2 the same or different from the Godzilla there's Godzilla 2019, and G Forever can tell us.
Sure. So, um, out of the box, we have the Godzilla 2021 version 2. And when I first took a quick look, that does have the newer neck and the newer lower jaw. However, the sculpt is exactly the same as the 2019, just a different paint job.
Yeah, how would you
So,
describe the paint? It looks like from a distance, it looked kind of like a charcoal
mhm.
gray. Like getting now that you're getting closer, it looks like it does have some browns on it as
Yes,
well.
yeah, like olive color.
Hmm.
So I would say it's like a nighttime version of the 2019. That's how I would put it.
Oh yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. So like, yeah, so do you like? Are you happy with how he's painted?
Yes, I am. I do like the darker color. Um, it just feels more like Godzilla. The
Yeah,
2019 is great too. I mean, you can definitely see more of the details because of how all the dirt color was painted on him. This one, instead of the dirt color, you have more of like the shadowing from the lighting.
right. Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I do like that Hiya doesn't just use a flat paint like what Monster Arts has been doing for their Monsterverse figures. So you do see some of the highlighting of the browns and the greens. So it's nice that Hiya has a mix of colors.
Yeah. That's one of the things I've always been disappointed with the Monster Arts is that they seem to like just have often it's just painted one color.
Hmm.
Seems like it's just one color and that's it. And
Yeah,
yeah, the paint's often disappointing. Oh, and he looks so good.
he does
That's
look really
Hayato.
good. And of course, the joints are very nice and they don't fall apart like Monster Arts. So So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a good balance. Like you don't have the full range of articulation as Monster Arts does, but I think it's enough. If you're thinking about like like Godzilla character or some sort of monster character, I think a lot of the movements, you don't need too many crazy posing unless you're purposely trying to make some sort of like comic style.
Yeah, here, get him to do a dance or something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it looks like the eyes looking good
Eyes look
here
good,
too.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
good teeth. The tongue
Yeah,
is painted,
the
so
whole head
yeah.
looks really good. That's one of the first things that struck me when Hiya started making Godzilla. It was like, oh, the head
Yeah.
is like so good.
Even the
Uh,
version one was amazing.
yeah.
And now version two is, even though it's the same as 2019, it just looks really good.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's like so yeah, like once I said the one way I would suggest that you go about buying these things if you want is like just go to your local comic book store, tell them like please pre-order this for me,
Hmm.
and then it's free shipping.
Yeah,
I've
that's the
actually
best way
like
to do it.
yeah, but for convenience, actually for the convenience, I tend to still just order from Big Bad Toy Stores,
Ah,
Big Bad
okay.
Toy Store, because I've got a comic book store that in my area, but it's like but yeah, it's like I'm just like yeah, it's like I'm still just like at home. Oh, and look at this nice dramatic pose
Yep. Yeah, it can
that
do
you
a lot
got
of
here.
posing, lots of articulation. Got the waist, the arms, the neck, legs.
Okay, on the left is the original Hiya Godzilla versus Kong 2021, and then in the middle is this new one that we've just been showing, and on the right is the 2019. So you see, so
You can
2021 version one and version two, they're different sculptures. It's
sculpts,
not,
yeah. You
yeah,
can
it's not just the jaw and the neck. It's like the whole
Yeah.
thing.
You can
Whole
see
thing
the
is,
chest. Yeah, the chest is
yeah.
different. The neck design's different.
And
But if
now
you
on
look
the
at
right,
the 2019,
yeah, on the right is the 2019, and this is the same sculpture as
hmm
this version 2 2021. What's different is the paint. So with the 2019, you get sort of like this clay color in the cracks, which sort of like which helps like yeah bring out some of the detail. So yeah, so here it's with these two, like yeah, you might just like it's nice to see them side by side. You might just decide that you want like one instead of both, or you could have or you could or yeah or like us, you could get both of them.
yeah. I think it depends what you're going for. I think they both look great. Depending on what you want to put them up against.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So here we are, and then but yeah, it's yeah. So I'm not surprised. So it's not too surprising that they're sticking with the 2019 sculpture and
Hmm.
are reusing that, and we're gonna get even more. And they've got and again, it's like and so it's also I take it the 2019 sculpture that they're using for their Burning Godzilla,
Yes, it is.
and then also the heat ray. They have there's as we'll see later. There's the heat ray.
Hmm.
So I assume the heat ray, and then they've also announced they're going to do another heat ray. There's going to be
Mm.
two heat rays. One,
Two heat rays. Okay.
yeah, there's yeah one. The heat ray that's out already is not translucent. Then they're going to do a second heat ray where I think just the spikes are translucent.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, that would be a great choice. Because that was another thing that shocked me. I'm like, oh, they're doing heat ray, but why isn't the heat
Yeah.
ray translucent?
So you can see here with the zoomed in, the neck is you can see the
Mm,
neck's a little different. Like with version one, the neck tends to have like these little gaps,
yes.
which are
So yeah, another thing to point out, version one, the neck pieces are harder plastic, whereas version two in 2019, and all the other versions, it's like a softer rubber material.
oh okay that can like kind of bend a little more as you move it around them.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And
Oh yeah.
I'm really surprised how well the softer material still captures that amount of little details like around the lower neck area.
Yeah, and you wouldn't never, and you looking at it, you'd never know just looking at it that it's a different material. So it's
Correct.
sort of
Yeah.
like it's yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so here we go. It's like
Yeah,
the 2000,
2019 and 2021.
yeah, 2019 on the right, 2021 on the left. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So you get nice, yeah. So two nice choices here.
Yeah, for me, like I'd consider like a daytime Godzilla versus a nighttime Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah, good looking. Yeah, good looking head here. So it looks like the teeth are like different. Uh, yeah, different with the teeth here. So it looks like in 2019 the teeth are more, yeah, more like the that clay color. It's
Yes.
on
Yep.
yours the teeth are more the like yeah the charcoal
Yep.
color.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So any
Here's the
issues with
back
these?
fins. No issues. Yeah, they look great.
Yeah. So the move, you've been able to once you got out the hair dryer, you're able to move them to your satisfaction.
Correct. Yep. Hair dryer helps a lot.
And no pieces and pieces have not fallen off.
No pieces have fallen off, so
Yeah, I think the only issue
excellent.
you had was like with the heat ray. There's two heads,
Oh
and
yes,
I
that
think
was the only troublesome one.
yeah, that sometimes it was a little hard to get after you took one head off. It was sometimes hard to get the second head on, especially
Correct.
if it had a lot of weight on it, especially the head that holds the heat ray.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's got to like hold a lot more weight.
Yeah. I think the problem was the neck didn't have enough spacing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Um
yeah. It was a little like it seemed like yeah the neck didn't
that
give you enough room to like actually
that
put it
peg
on.
that connects the head and I think it could have been a slightly longer.
Okay. Well, hopefully with that, like I said, since they're doing another version of the heat ray, hopefully they'll make it a little easier to get it on then.
Yep, fingers crossed. Yep. Alternatively, they could have made the neck pieces even softer because I think that's the problem because the neck was so the new neck I guess is like doesn't give a lot of spacing, so the head piece that connects to the peg, the internal peg, there wasn't enough spacing.
Yeah, yeah. So here we are.
Yeah, but we don't need to worry about switching heads on the
Now,
normal Godzilla. So
now on the right, here's the neck eye, and I remember, what made helped me remember that this is the neck is like, look at that poor guy's eye.
uh
Like this is with the like the bug eye,
mm-hmm,
yeah, like the bulging eye. Yeah, it's like it was that was the one thing that really disappointed me about this NECA was that they because like the prototype looked excellent, but then when the finished product came out, there's so much white around the eye. It
mm,
just looks like he's like it looks like his eyes are open way too like he's just like looks very surprised.
mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I like the NECA quite a bit.
Yeah, and NECA is a great figure,
Yeah.
especially for the price range.
Oh yeah. Yeah, other than that, and I like how they painted like the spikes on the NECA to help bring out
Mm,
the
yep,
detail on it too. And
yes.
then here on the right is the SH Monster Arts, which once
2021.
again, it's like most except for the blue, it looks like it's like the yeah. There's just it to me. It mostly looks like just one color paint, which is very disappointing. And of course, the other
Yes.
thing that's disappointing about this is like there's so much blue in his mouth. It looks like he's
Yeah.
like kind of foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, like too much toothpaste.
Yeah. And
Yep.
there, yeah, yeah, there he is. Yeah. So it's like so once again, it's like so many. Yeah, very
Lots of
glad that.
choices.
Yeah, yeah, very glad that High has come along,
Yeah.
and they keep cranking out more too. It's like
They are.
as we'll see, they're very busy. They make other things besides Godzilla. Oh, there we go, there we go. Did you see
Yep, there's
that?
the monster arts.
Yeah, the monster arts is yeah. You tried to move the hand, and the hand came off.
Yep.
Yeah,
That does
yeah,
not happen with the Hiya, so it's a good thing.
yeah. But Haya makes other things too. It's like they're making a bunch of like Sylvester Stallone. I think
Mm,
who is it? Rambo, and
mm-hmm,
they're making some Star Trek, like
mm.
some Star Trek figures. And I also saw those on display at Toy Fair. Those looked yeah very good likenesses.
Nice.
Looked spot on. I was particularly happy they have like the Leonard Nimoy Spock
Oh
from
wow.
like from one of the later Star Trek movies, and again just looks spot on.
Hmm.
Yeah, very happy with that. Yeah, they are. There we are again. I think I remember. I remember when this guy was on the Monster Arts was on display in New York. You went to behind glass. I think you went there to try to see him. And
Yes.
then here it is next to the Haya Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, there's another Haya Kong. We've got publicity photos of the painted Kong Skull Island from Haya Toys.
Mm.
No, it looks good. It doesn't really look. to me like Kong as he looked in Skull Island, but I'm willing to overlook that. And we get a tree,
Yeah.
with it. But yeah, we get lots of heads, yeah, multiple heads and multiple hands.
Yeah. It to me it still looks like the 2021 Kong, but
Yeah.
I do want the tree.
So yeah, so here's all the Godzillas that Hiya's has made so far. Like way in the back is the original version 1, 2021. Then we got the Heat Ray, and then we've got this brand new version 2, 2021, and of course the Burning Godzilla, and then on the right is the 2019. And so you've got the pose here. You've got the head. You've got the neck and the head that lets you like
Hmm.
put the Heat Ray on.
Yes.
So I said there's two necks. There's yeah, two necks and two heads. Isn't that right?
Correct.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So there they are. And this is, I think, like part of the fun is like when you get so many different Godzillas that you can put side by side, especially with there's like variations in the color.
Mm. Yep.
And here they are side to side again. Like again, the original 2021 version 1 on the left. You can see the little bolt in his jaw.
Hmm.
The Heat Ray, the new 2021, the Burning, and then on the right is the 2019.
Yes. Yep.
And yeah, it's not too hard. Yeah, it's not too hard to get most of these. It's like you can get pretty easily now. I said Big Bad Toy Store, your comic book store, Entertainment Earth, and I think lots of other folks has them. So there they all are. All right, thanks for showing us, G Forever. This is Heisenberg.
And G Forever, hope you enjoy the Hiya Toys Godzilla 2021 version 2 and the Burning Godzilla 2019 Exquisite Basic action figures.